3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. 7, 8. 8. 7, 8. Okay. 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 5, 6. That's tough. It's still going backwards. That's
right,
the tough
right,
part.
100%. I don't think I ever did it the full way.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's not. I guess we're slow. We're remedial. Let's get it.
You already press play? Yeah. Oh wow, you got that whole thing?
Well, I got the second. Yeah.
Wow, you got the 5, 6, 7, 8?
Yeah.
Wow. Got me sounding stupid on camera.
You said what? Is this thing in the way? Right here?
It's in the way now. Move it forward. No, like the other way.
Make it shorter.
Shorter or the other way?
This way?
Yep, there you go. That's the shot.
All right, cool. Will it be in the way when you do the full body if I do like this? It's not. Well, it's going to be in the shot when you make it full anyway, right? I'm just going to move it, bro. I don't need it anymore.
Yes, sir. That right there.
Bro, I've been seeing so many like TikToks about those things. The DJ Oz, what is it called?
The DJI?
DJI, yeah.
DJI.
Yeah, DJI.
So fire.
It's dope, huh? This is one that just came out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like they had a Black Friday deal or something.
That was a gift also.
Oh,
Somebody gifted it to me.
Wow.
I'm going to tell you the thing about service, right, before we get started. I truly believe that there's 3 ways that you can get into any room, right? The first way and the easiest way is to serve. If you can serve, you get into any room. Mm-hmm. The more you serve, the more people go, oh, you serve it, more opportunities come your way.
Yeah.
You can earn your way. That takes time because, you know, accolades take time. And you can pay your way, you know, and when you pay your way, that is great. But, you know, there's always another level you have to pay into to get to a higher level if you're paying your way.
Right.
And so I was helping my buddy record him at the Marlins game. You know, he got asked to, you know, throughout the first pitch. Mm-hmm. And, you know, he lives close by. He was like, yo, bro, you know, I know you know how to work like a camera to just help me record or whatever. And I was recording him with the Osmo, got all the stuff. You know, his YouTube channel does well. Mm-hmm. And I was with my mom at one of her like meetings. She had a business meeting, and I was just helping her record and stuff like that. And I was like, man, I was sitting next to this lady and the other camera guy at this event, and I was like, man, dang it, the Osmo is just a great thing because like it's a pocket, you could use it, vlog. And I was just talking, I was like, I need to go get one. Mm. And the lady next to me, she was like, you know, I actually have an Osmo. And I was like, where? Oh, do you use it? She was like, no, I don't. And I was like, well, can I have it? Can I get it, purchase it? She was like, you could just have it. She was like, oh, matter of fact, I have it with me. So like everything you see now, she had it with her. She just gave it to me. And I was like, all right, whatever you want content, I'll just help you out.
That's crazy.
But it started with me serving somebody else.
Yeah.
That put that thought. Because if I never went to go help him with the camera, I would have never thought to say I need an Osmo.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's another story for another day.
Yeah. No, I think that's dope. It's always a blessing to be a blessing. And sometimes the person you being a blessing to end up blessing you in ways that you couldn't even imagine. So
all right, here you go with the gems, man. Here you go with the gems. All right, so let's get started. You ready, Dan? All right, y'all. So, I mean, well, I guess welcome to the. I don't know what to call it. I don't know what to call it. A show, a conversation. I just, you know, whatever you want to call it, show, conversation, whatever it is. Podcast.
I think you should call it the experience.
Oh, the experience. Yeah. It's called Secure Your Future Global, but
yeah, but it's an experience.
Yeah, well, welcome to the experience.
Yeah.
The Secure Your Future Global experience, where you know, the reason I started this is because we have a networking group, and one of the things that I wanted to do was to, you know, be able to, you know, have conversations with people who are in business and entrepreneurship and tech, founders, CEOs, people who are movers and shakers, creators, creatives, you know, and because our group is like kind of founded on this thing where we want to create environments and rooms that help people in the 7 main areas of life. The reason why I chose 7 or we chose 7 is because I believe that 7 is the number of completion. Yeah. And as you're getting through these 7 areas, once you start to get better in each of these areas, you become an 8, which is the number of new beginnings. You become a new person. Yeah. And so these areas are, you know, mentally, physically, emotionally, socially, relationally, financially, and most importantly, spiritually. And so, you know, sometimes people have come to networking events, and sometimes, you know, in this season of my life, it's like we just meet people, and I'm just like, yo, like, you want to hop on a pod? Yeah. Because there's some type of...
That's how this happened.
Yeah, that's how this happened, bro. We just met, and it's just like, you know, we met in a group of just through being places. And
Yeah.
even that rally when I went,
Mhm.
I'm not taking any credit, but I
Mhm.
was the person that said, yo, we should need to go to this rally thing.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of how we met. And you started hanging out with some of my friends, and then we game night and church and just the whole thing. And so,
Yeah.
and I love to speak to people who, not only just call themselves Christians, but, there's kind of like fruit that's shown of that being true.
It's good, bro.
Because just on this walk of my life, I want to be more intentional in that way. And so,
Yeah.
but welcome to the experience.
Man, thank you, bro. I'm glad to be here. And I just want to say that, the church community, the entrepreneurial community, I have to say you're a blessing to it all, bro, because this is not something easy. And the fact that you said yes to do this and to invite people in and just have them share their stories is a beautiful thing, bro. So thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Yeah, no, it's
Appreciate
good.
you.
It's good, bro. And the crazy part about this thing,
Mhm.
and I don't think I've talked about this yet, but I had this thing on my heart in 2019
Yeah.
to do a podcast.
Yeah.
2019, and I did 3 episodes. I interviewed my good friend who's now like super popping on Instagram when it comes to fitness.
Yeah.
I did one with like my stepdad. Now they own a school,
Yeah.
my mom, and I did it with somebody else, and I lost my computer.
Wow. How do you lose a computer? That's
Brother.
like that's a bulky device. Like,
Brother. Honestly, I think I left it in a hotel room,
okay.
and then I don't know what happened to it after that.
Okay,
When I
yeah.
like went back and called.
And you didn't have Find My on it. Was it a Mac?
It was a Mac.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then the crazy part is I didn't actually have a Mac computer for like a year or 2 after that.
Mm.
And so,
Yeah,
but
I mean, 'cause
anyways,
it's not like a cheap device.
No,
Those
it's
things
not.
like run like $2,000 if you want one that's actually good and it's
Yeah.
gonna hold what you're trying to do, especially if you're doing podcasts and stuff like that, editing and
Facebook Marketplace actually is a good place to.
it is. Bro, believe it or not, I get all my furniture from Facebook Marketplace.
No way.
I swear, bro. I be
For
getting
real?
like I remember one time I bought a couch that was worth like $10,000 for $500.
No way.
The people, they own their own like design company and manufacturing company for couches, and they were just trying to get rid of it. So they didn't want to put it on the side of the road because it would have took longer for the trash company to come get it rather than put it on Facebook Market, put it up there for $500 and somebody like immediately come get it.
Right.
So it was up for like 3 minutes, and I was looking at the time, and I was the first one to respond. And I went and got that couch. That
Man,
thing, bro,
me
that
too.
thing changed my life. And all my
Exactly.
friends would come over and be like, "Bro, where you get this from?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got this from I got a plug. I got a plug."
I got the
you know
plug.
what I'm saying?
I got the plug.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's so the first thing we do is really just introduce yourself.
Yeah.
If I could introduce you, I would probably say somebody from what I've known so far, somebody who's a great friend, a great person, somebody who is, heavy in the church community. But not even just in the church community, but, is somebody who is, has reached heights that a lot of people haven't reached.
Wow.
Has been around people that a lot of people don't have access to.
I feel like that pastor, you know what I'm saying, that's sitting up while they reading his Bible. You ever seen those memes, bro?
Yeah.
Where the pastor's like, about to get up and
Stephen
preach.
Covey.
Yeah, right.
And so I just want to say, man, I'm blessed, to have you here, because this happened like kind of all of a sudden, and sometimes, I tell people this, I'm like, when God will show you a glimpse of what your life could be and the relationships you can have if you decide to continue to follow his principles.
Yeah.
And I think for the longest time, he was showing me glimpses of, things, and, sometimes I may not have followed through on my end of the bargain.
Yeah.
And so, this I think is a prime example of just being in the space and being in the wave and just, following the principles, and it happens how it
Get out
happens.
the bed and get in the room.
Man, talk about it. So, I
You
mean,
gotta get in the room, bro.
yeah, brother. So I guess just introduce yourself and tell people what it is that you do, and how you bring value and what you got going on.
So like I said, man, I'm an author, I'm a singer, I'm a songwriter, and I just want to see people experience the fullness of God and experience the fullness of who He's called them to be. And so in whatever space I can go into to make that possible, I'm gonna do it, bro. I've been on American Idol. I've worked with a lot of artists, and I've also worked at several churches, all that have all changed my life. I graduated with my bachelor's in biblical literature from Oral Roberts University, so that kind of got me into the writing space. So now I'm just chilling, man. I worked at an amazing church here in South Florida where we met, and we have a young adult ministry called Rally, where we see over 1,000 young adults on the last Friday of every month.
And I'm telling you, it's changing lives. Like Pastor Charlie Hughes, that's our young adult pastor. He's killing it. And so it's just good to be a part of something great.
Yeah, nah, shout out to you
Yeah.
guys, man. Shout out to Pastor Charlie Hughes also. You
Yeah.
know, my first time seeing him was I saw him at VuCon
Yeah.
last year.
Uh-huh.
He spoke. It was like him, Dakota, and Manushka on the stage.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you were there, but
That's like a power trio,
that's
bro. Like
crazy. It is
all three of them together is
Bro.
like insane.
It's like, and the way the way that they all had their unique personalities on stage, that's the first time I saw him, and I was like, "Who is that guy?"
Yeah.
You know, it's different. So,
Yeah.
Congrats on everything that you're doing.
Thank you.
You know
bro.
that you've done and that you will continue to do. So,
Yeah,
So
appreciate
kind of like, you know, how did you get into it? Like, how did you get into where you are now? I know you said you were on American Idol. Were you
Yeah.
like singing already? Like,
Yeah, man. So I grew up singing. Like I can, as early as I can remember, I've been singing since I was 5 years old.
are we talking about? Hold on. Are we talking about like singing with the shower on, where like I feel like I can sing and I got the tunes? Or are we talking about singing?
Well, it depends on who you ask. Because if you ask people back then, they would literally tell me like, "Dewayne, you are amazing. You can sing. Like there's a gift on the inside of you."
Right.
But when I go back and watch those videos, my boy, no, no. I'm like, what did y'all hear? Like I sounded horrible.
Right.
But I'm just grateful that I had people who saw something in me that I didn't see at the time, and that affirmation that they were giving me, those compliments that they were pouring into me, kind of made me want to explore it more and just continue in it. So that's kind of how it started for me. Yeah.
So do you think the environment that you were in kind of gave you the confidence to keep going in this space?
Yeah, I mean, it was just my family. You know, I grew up in a house. It was like 8 of us. Because my mom had 6 kids, and then we adopted my stepsister, and then one of my cousins, and then my dad. He has like 7 kids. So in total, I have like 11 siblings.
Right. I'm at 10.
Oh my God, so many. I don't remember birthdays. I was about 15 when I started remembering names. It's just so many. No, I'm joking. But it's just so many of us, bro. I was just different because I'm the only one with a different dad out of all of my mom's kids. So in that house, I was just like the different one. And for me, music was my escape, and that's where I found healing. So yeah. Yeah.
And in that transition from you singing at a young age to you now, you know, getting a little older, you know, what prompted you to get to, I guess, that next step, which was American Idol was that next step eventually?
Yeah, I mean, I did a lot of things in between that, but I would say it was a talent show my mom put me in when I was around 13 years old. It was like $50 to get in, and bro, $50 for us. You know, I heard somebody tell this joke. It was like we was poor. It's like you know, because poor is POOR, but when you so poor that you can't even afford the other O and the other R, you just like poor. You know what I'm saying? Like we was in that space where we really didn't have it like that. So she paid $50 to put me in this talent show. The grand prize was $750. I remember stepping into that space, singing, and literally allowing God to use me. I sung a gospel song. I think I was the only one who did like a gospel song in that talent show. It was at a school. And so I sung, bro, won the talent show. People went crazy. I encountered God like never before. And I think that was the first moment that I realized like this is something that I want to feel forever. But it was a blessing and a curse, because it was also the first time that my addiction to applause got started. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the moment that I was like, okay, people celebrate me when I do this. So I think that moment kind of put me in a space where I wanted to be in front of camera, wanted to be on stages, and it was good and bad at the same time. So, but yeah, that was the initiation of that.
When you say you got an encounter with God, I just heard that. You know, what for people that are watching, what does that necessarily mean to you?
Yeah. For me, it was just an experience. I'm gonna just give you like the whole thing. So I was on stage singing this gospel song, bro, and I went full in, like experiencing God. I mean, like. I hate to say this because it's kind of churchy and I don't know the audience, but I was like speaking in tongues on stage at the talent show. And after I was done, I was like, there's no way I'm winning. Like I was up there, I was going crazy, bro. But the whole room erupted. Adults, kids, white, black, everybody just like screaming and just kind of like in that space, just worshiping God, hands up all over the room. I knew it wasn't me because I wasn't like the best singer. And there were people in that talent show that were much better than I am or was at the time. And so it's like it was all God, and God used me in that moment. He just poured out his spirit. And I think that if people are wondering what that looks like, go read Acts 2. You know what I'm saying? When the Lord poured out his spirit and they were filled in the upper room and they started speaking in other languages, and God just used them like never before. And that was like the birth of the early church. So yeah, go read that. Go read that.
Wait, what are we reading again?
Acts
what?
2. Acts 2. Acts 2.
Let me write that down for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
So now, right? You get in this encounter with God. You start speaking in tongues. If you can explain what speaking in tongues, maybe so people are like a little educated on it.
Yeah. So speaking in tongues is kind of like it's the Bible gives different descriptions of what it is, but I think for me the most simple thing is like it's that thing, it's that language that only God can understand. And you know, me speaking it on stage, obviously the Bible says that you should have an interpreter when you do that.
Right.
So there are different understandings of what it means to do that. But for me, I think any believer can experience that, because I was having this conversation the other day with a friend, but it's like, because it's a gift. Speaking in tongues is one of the gifts. It's not a fruit of the Spirit, it's a gift of the Spirit. And so when you think about it, it's like, can anybody sing? And I was telling my friend, like, well, technically anybody can sing, because, you know, singing is a gift.
Right.
You may not like the sound of your voice, but you can, you know what I'm saying? You can do a little something. And so it's like, I see speaking in tongues as that, like you communicating something to God, even if you don't like the sound of it. It's like you're communicating something to him that only he can understand. And obviously there are other levels of it, like you're speaking in tongues and you're edifying the body, or you're kind of like in that space where there's an interpreter, or you're actually speaking in a whole nother language. So just go do a deep dive biblically on what that is. I think it's in Corinthians where Paul goes into it a little bit. But
I was watching this video talking about speaking in tongues. I was watching this video.
Yeah.
And the guy was in the church. I'm sure you've seen this video before. He was preaching. It was, you know, delivering people and whatnot. It was just one of those church services. And he tells this story of a guy that was of another religion. He was like, I won't believe this until I know God is speaking to me directly.
Yeah.
So people start speaking in tongues, and this one lady was speaking in tongues.
Yeah.
And the interpreter, or he, after she was speaking in tongues, he was like, yo,
Yeah.
like, I believe. And he started to believe because the interpretation was God saying, I am who you think I am, to him in tongues.
It's good. Yeah.
That's crazy. But anyways, it's a powerful story.
Because honestly, when words aren't enough, I feel like every believer has had this experience where words are just not enough to express what you feel. They're not enough for you to communicate to God, because our language is limited. But when you're speaking in the heavenly language that God understands, you may not understand what's coming out of your mouth, but the Lord spiritually, he feels that. He understands it, right? And so I think when you experience that, it's like, for me, it edifies me so much, because I have those moments with God where I'm just in my shower and I'm just saying whatever comes, and it's not English, you know what I'm saying? It's just like I'm saying whatever I feel in that moment, and the Lord edifies me. I leave that moment feeling so much better, right? And God shows up in so many other areas of my life. And so I would tell everybody to tap into that gift, because it is available for every believer.
Right.
Yeah.
How would you, and while we're on it, how would you teach somebody, or how would you encourage somebody or guide somebody so they can eventually be able to speak in tongues, just since you had experience with it?
Yeah. I mean, I would say, I don't know what theological giants would say about this, but I would say it doesn't even have to be, I would say start off on a letter. You know what I'm just saying? Like, I've heard people just like, yeah, you know, like, you just start there, and just whatever flows, you just let it flow out. Don't try to perfect it. Don't try to perfect a language to where it just sounds all spiritual, and it sounds, because, you know, you hear some people and it's like they're a tongueologist, like they just know how to speak in tongues, like, you know what I'm saying, like they be going in crazy, and it's this Negro, like, what are you doing, you know? But you ain't got to be like that. It's like whatever flows from you, and you don't have to do it around other people. You know what I'm saying? Just do it when it's just you and God. So there is no shame. Like, who cares what it sounds like? It's just you and him. Like you be singing in the shower. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know you ain't singing in front of nobody else. But you know in that shower, you're going to be doing whatever song you like. You know what I'm saying? You're going to turn these beautiful things that I've got. Please. You know you don't sound good, but in that shower, you know, you're going to be screaming it out, and it's just you know? And so just let it flow. Whatever it is, start on a letter and just, whatever flows. There is no science behind it. There is no secret formula or like here is the handbook of tongues. You know what I'm saying? Like there is none,
That's good.
Yeah, so yeah.
That's so good.
That's what makes it special because only God can understand it.
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Those type of tongues. And like I said, you have the other ones where you have interpreters and stuff, but yeah.
So let's talk about American Idol, right?
Yeah.
So and this is me. These how I'm having this conversation is you sent me your book actually.
Yeah.
Yesterday, and I told you I was gonna listen to it, and I did, and you actually gave me a gem on how to listen to it because I wouldn't have been able to finish reading.
I'll put you on.
Do we want to give that to the people or
give it to the people? Yeah.
So it's this app called. So all right. So I'm asking these questions based off of not only what I believe and I should ask, but just a conversation flow, but also you sent me your book.
Yeah.
And it's called, what is it called? Speech?
The app is called Speechify.
Yeah, so then you sent me this app called Speechify. You're like, Amari, listen to it on 1.5. I was like, I'll listen on 1.2.
You can so Speechify is an app that you can kind of like upload text. You can upload PDFs. You can upload books, assignments, whatever. And it'll read to you exactly what's on the paper or the document that you put in it. And you can also upload your own voice.
Bro.
They're not even endorsing this, but I think this is a shameless plug for these people. You know what I'm saying? You need to get a sponsorship from them because this is crazy.
Exactly. And then I'm running this. I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna be able to work out, so I'm gonna run. So I ran whatever this morning, and I'm listening to it, and I'm like, okay, I'm like, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. I'm getting all these nuggets. And, and then you talked about your American Idol journey. Let's talk about that. And how was that experience? How was it making it to the top? You made it to the top 20, right?
Yeah.
How was it working with those people? Like even in a space where it may not be Christian, centered, that industry, but you are a Christian and you are singing, really good songs. And how was that experience for you?
Man, it changed my life, bro. I think being on American Idol just opened me up to see myself in a new light and also be introduced to the entertainment space and just behind the scenes. Because when I tell you, like, TV stuff in Hollywood, bro, like it's just different. Like, like literally we were all night. I remember meeting Steve Harvey because he was filming Family Feud at the same studio we were filming American Idol. So you just meet some incredible people. And it's just a different world. And so I think I was like 22, maybe. I think I was 22 when I auditioned for the show. They were some people that are on that show, they reach out to them, like they'll shoot them a DM and be like, hey, we're coming to your city. Pull up, we want you to come audition, because they've seen like videos of you singing. And there are other people, like they go stand in the line and do like the what they call it, the open call audition. So they hit me up. They was like, hey man, we're coming to your city, we would love for you to audition. And so I'm like, okay, this American Idol, I've never imagined being on the stage that big. But the audition literally, bro, I kid you not, it was like 3 to 5 minutes away from my church. So it was on a Sunday. I get out of church, still sweating, you know what I'm saying, Holy Spirit mood that day. Pull up to the audition, sing, kill it. And I was not thinking like deep about it. I wasn't like that guy that would, put it on my vision board. I want to be on American Idol. I've been dreaming of being on American Idol since I was 10 years old and like all these crazy stories. For me, it was just like, it was right there. So I pull up, audition, and next thing you know, I make it past first round, second round, third round, fourth round. And I'm just like making it. And I'm like, oh dang, bro, I'm like really in here. Like I'm really doing this. And for the people who are watching this podcast who have not seen my episode, it's the episode with me and my great grandmother. She dances with Lionel Richie. A lot of people remember that moment. Like anytime I tell them that I was on American Idol, they don't remember me. They remember her.
Right,
they remember because she had on like these like 7-inch heels.
Oh, wow.
And granted, she was like 78 at the time, so she was like strutting, bro. She was doing her thing. Lionel Richie danced with her, sung to her, and it was just a beautiful moment. So I experienced that, bro, but I think the biggest takeaway from that experience was I did not know who I was, man. I didn't know who I was. If you've never been on a TV show, it's pretty much like 99% story, 1% song. So you spend more time in front of a camera explaining to them who you are as an artist, like what it is you want to do, where you see yourself 10 years from now, where you coming from, like just your story. Because, you know, these shows are built around stories, you know. And so for me, I spent more time in front of the camera doing interviews rather than in front of the camera singing. And bruh, I did not know who I was. Like they would ask me and I would just be like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like they literally, I feel so bad for those producers because they probably had to like piece my story together because you do so many interviews that they can like piece it together and make it make sense. But I would be talking like, bro, this ish don't make no sense. I don't know what I'm saying. But literally, bro, those moments, they help shape me because when I look back, I was like, bro, I need to find out who I'm becoming. I need to, and I put this in my book, but we've got to learn how to build the man before we build the brand. Because when the lights come on and you're in the spotlight and you don't know who you are, you can't expect for other people to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? You have to figure out who it is God has called you to be, what it is he's calling you to do while you're in those field seasons, while you're in obscurity, while you're in the dark, so that when God does turn on the light, right, you're able to shine in a way where people can understand it, where they can relate and all of those things. So that's what that experience did for me.
Man, did it propel you into a space to where you are now in terms of like you being, you know, a worship leader, you know, being in certain rooms? Like, did it help you with connections in that way?
It did, bro. So I met while I was on the show, Jordan Houghton. He's the son of Israel Houghton. Israel Houghton is the one that sang, "You are good all the time and all the time." Yeah. So that's just one of them. He has to worship you, I live. To worship you, I live. I live to worship you. Jesus at the center of it all. Like he has so many hits, bro. I'm not even going. Grammy Award winning,
100%.
like just amazing guy. Well, his son was on the show. His son name is Jordan Houghton. We did a duet on the show, and after the show, we went on to become great friends. He's my guy, bro. We literally talked a few days ago, and I've been to his church to sing. He's come to my church to sing. Like, he's a great guy. And so, in one of our sound checks, his dad walks in, and like we're mid sound check singing, and I'm like, bruh, that's Israel Houghton. Like I wasn't really starstruck, but it's like that feeling of like somebody stepping into the room who you've like literally mimicked,
right?
You know, in your worship leading journey. Like this person has given you language to worship God. Like they've shaped literally shaped your conversations with God, because their songs and their the worship songs they've created has helped foster and create environments for us to worship the Lord. And so Israel walks into the room. He's sitting in the sound check, and I was just like, bro, that's crazy. He's in here. Well, Israel and I will go on and write songs together. Well, we've written one song together that's going to be on my upcoming project. It's called Midnight. We wrote it with Red Rocks Worship a few years ago. And not only that, but Israel he's just a GOAT, bro. Like the way this man strums a guitar, like, and even his son, Jordan Houghton, bro, the way he strums a guitar. But the show introduced me into a whole new area of like Maverick City music. I ended up getting invited to write songs with them. Like I remember showing up to a Maverick City writing camp, and Brandon Lake walks up to me. He's like, "What's up, Dewayne?" And I'm like, "How you know my name?"
Wow.
Yeah. So crazy story, but when I was on the show, I did one of Dante Bowles' songs. And so they had to clear the song for me to perform it on the show. And what clearing a song is pretty much like them signing off, since they're the songwriters and stuff, they sign off to give you permission to perform the song. And so I showed up to Maverick City Camp. Chandler Moore greets me when I get off the bus, him and his wife, Hannah, you know what I'm saying? Dante Bowles, like literally the whole crew, everybody was familiar with who I was because I had did that song on the show. They knew who Dewayne Coker was in terms of the name, but I didn't know who Dewayne Coker was in terms of the person. I was going through this season of being in all these rooms, writing songs with all these great people. And bro, I almost said nigga. I did not know who I was, bro. Like I was just like in this season of just like, man, these people are like, they killing it. And if they would just take a moment to pause, they would literally be like, this dude don't know who he is. Like, he's writing songs, but he don't know who he is. He's showing up, but he doesn't know who he is. Like, he's leading worship, but he doesn't know who he is. But I literally had on this mask of pretending and learning how to show up. Because you know how it is, bro. Like, we learn how to show up. We learn how to put on the facade, especially 100%. In church.
And especially with men.
Yeah, especially with men. Like, it's crazy how you can preach from a stage freedom. You can preach from a stage peace, but go home and be living in anxiety. You can sing about freedom. You can sing about where the spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom, and then you go home and you watching porn. You know what I'm saying? Like you can. It's not, like these things actually happen, and it's because we wear a mask. And for me, I was wearing a mask for a very long time, and God had to heal me from that, bro. For real.
Bro, how do you maneuver that though? How do you find yourself? How do you become the person that you are today? Or how do you, bring these things to God and, in the name of Jesus, while you're in these rooms, while you're still on the go? Like, how are you able to slow down and say, all right, hold up.
Yeah.
I know I have all this access. I know I have all this abundance, but I still need to know who I am. Like, what are some of the methods that you took or that you've taken or that maybe that you are still taking in order to truly find out, you?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Amari here. Listen, I had to interrupt the episode really quick because I really want to inform you guys on something that we just launched. We just launched Secure Your Future University. In the university, we have a specific academy that literally shows you how to trade. What am I talking about? I'm talking about a university that's teaching you the fundamentals of trading foreign exchange, trading crypto. We know that it's a big thing that's happening in the world, and we want to provide our audience with another tool that you can use, that even I can use, in order to learn how to extract money from the markets, right? And we want to do it for absolutely free. All you have to do is click the link below, and we'll give you access to the university. And inside the university, we do prefer a particular broker. Now, you can use whatever broker you want. But because this broker has an ASIC, Australian Securities and Investments Commission, license and regulation, we choose this broker, and this broker is down below in the description. Once you become a part of the university, all you do is sign up for free with this particular broker, and then guess what? You have now access to the entire foreign exchange market. And I'm telling you, you will only see value in what we have to offer. So we're excited. Get started below. Enjoy the rest of the episode.
I'm looking at the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have made it any clearer. If you want to make it a better place, take a look at yourself and then make that change. You know what I'm saying? You got to look in the mirror.
Right.
You have to look in the mirror and take off the mask. You have to take off the mask, because some people look in the mirror and they still wear the mask because they're not honest with who they are and what they're going through at the moment. You need to look in the mirror, and you need to look at a therapist too. You need to go to therapy. Some people you don't need another sermon. You know what I'm saying? You don't need another altar call. You don't need to walk up to them people after church again, because you've done that over and over and over again. You need to go sit down and talk to somebody who can disciple you and walk through these moments of hurt and bitterness and unforgiveness that you've gone through, that have shaped your heart to be so hardened and be in a place where you don't know who you are. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I had to go through that season of being still, bro, and like looking in the mirror and like saying, God, like, search me. One thing that I will say, brother, is that when you don't look at the man in the mirror, and when you're so when you're living life and you're going at full pace, and you're living in your calling, you're on stages, you're, you know what I'm saying, everybody knows your name and they're calling on you. But when you don't do that inner maintenance, bro, like eventually somebody's going to turn on the light. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's going to turn on the light, and people are going to see who you really are, because God is not called the masked version of you. He's called the real version of you. He's called the one that he's created. I'm reminded of this time when I was a kid. And my godmom, she would come in faithfully. Like 7 p.m. every day. And I had this light in my room, and I had this lamp. I knew what time she was coming in, because she would just be getting off work and stuff like that. She would walk in the room, and she wouldn't turn on the light or nothing. But I would have my window open, so like there was like the daylight saving time and stuff. So the room window would kind of give this illusion of light just a little bit. Like it would just be kind of dim in the room, but you couldn't see the whole room. But she would come in and she'd be like, "Excuse me." She'd be like, "Dewayne, clean your room, baby. You need to make sure you clean your room, straighten up, da 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 da." But she couldn't really see what was going on in there, because it was like a little dim in the room. but she would come in like faithfully every day. Dwayne, clean your room around the same time for like 2 weeks, bro. Well, one day she came in there at 9 a.m. and the sunlight was beaming in the room, and she just stood there and she looked. I had clothes everywhere, bro. I had socks everywhere. I had a plate from dinner 3 days ago, a Capri Sun juice box, man.
Right.
It was a mess in the room. It was crazy. And what it revealed to me was all of that mess that she was telling me to clean up every day, that she couldn't really see because it was kind of dark in the room. Once that light came on, it revealed everything. And let me tell you something about a mess. A mess is not created just one time. You know what I'm saying? But it's the occasional, okay, I'm going to take my clothes off and leave them here. I'm going to leave a dinner plate here. I'm going to leave a Capri Sun juice box here. Or I'm not going to pray today. I'm going to watch a little porn today. Or I'm going to not call my accountability partner today. Or I'm just not going to check my heart today. It's like those occasional moments of just leaving things out here and there that when the light comes on, you just realize how big of a mess was created. Versus just becoming consistent at cleaning up. Not consistent at being perfect, but consistent at understanding that God wants just a little progress. You know what I'm saying? I got this sign in my house and it says 1% better every day. Because God he wants you to get a little better every day. You know what I'm saying? Clean up a little bit every day. And after a while, you're going to notice that the room will be cleaner. The heart will be pure. You know what I'm saying? The mind will be a little more uncluttered. Like the way you speak, the way you walk, the way you minister to people. It's now coming from a more clear and pure space because you took the time to do that occasional cleaning versus that consistent cluttering. You know what I'm saying? And so I had to go through that. I had to understand, like, Dwayne, like, you know, I need to wake up and spend time with God every day. Search my heart, God, every day. Search my mind, God, every day, so that he could clean the spaces of who I was becoming, clean the spaces of what I was producing and what I was putting out. Because some people are working more for God than spending time with God. And God ain't asking for that. God wants you. He wants your heart. Like, and some of us, I'll just go to Romans 12 too. Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Present your body as a living sacrifice to God, holy and acceptable. I love that because it's like you have to consistently go through this process of, I love that, I think the Greek word there where it says be transformed, it translates, the Greek word for that is metamorpho, you know what I'm saying, which is like metamorphosis. A metamorphosis never ends. You're consistently changing. You're consistently cleaning up. You're consistently going through the process of searching your heart. And that's what I had to do. And it didn't happen overnight because the mess didn't. And some people be waking up thinking that, you know, when you give your life to Jesus, that it's just going to change overnight. Well, why would you expect Jesus to change your life overnight in terms of like your habits and everything when the mess was not created overnight? This is lifelong trauma, or being addicted to applause, or still going through the things of unforgiveness for your dad or for your mom, or what they did to you when you were a kid, or just feeling the rejection. Like, it's going to take seasons and God just searching your heart on a daily basis for you to, and you got to fall more in love with just spending time with God than falling in love with him wanting him to heal you, because then that keeps you coming back to him. That keeps you coming back to the water, because the well, because I just want to be with Jesus. And I can go on and on and on about how God healed my life through the consistent spending time with him and the consistency of going to the well that never runs dry.
Bro, that's so good, bro. That whole what you just said was so good. And even when you're saying this, I'm just looking back at me, and I'm like looking myself in the mirror right now, and I'm like, man, there's been, like, this last season of my life has been, you know, very, very intentional in that way.
Yeah.
You know, where I've had to literally come to a realization, you know, in my spiritual walk with God and with Jesus, just like, okay, Amari, you don't deserve, you don't deserve, you don't. But I also deserve to have a relationship with Jesus, you know, and I have to be okay with the daily, consistent activity of maybe, you know, like instant gratification.
Yeah.
I have to be okay with not having instant gratification. Yes, when you're saved, you're saved.
Yeah.
But building a relationship happens over time.
Yeah.
And some of the best relationships, you know, some of the best friendships are the relationships and the friendships where we may not talk every day.
Yeah.
But the moment we get on that phone,
Yeah.
or the moment I send that text, or
Yeah.
the moment that we hang out,
Back like we never left.
right. And I think that's kind of what we have to do, especially in the church.
Yeah.
And I look at it and I'm like, man, people probably think that church people are perfect. But in reality, we're always trying to get better.
Yeah.
And I think the more space that we create to be vulnerable with each other,
Yeah.
you know, and not judging,
Mm-hmm.
but criticism and love. You know,
Yeah.
how I talk to a Christian and how I talk to a non-Christian are two different things.
Yeah.
But still, you know, trying to find a way where we can love people,
Yeah.
give them space to change.
Yeah.
But then also, as they decide to change, you know,
Mm-hmm.
if they ask for critique and advice, you know, give it to them along the way.
Yeah.
And I was having this conversation. I was having this conversation with a girl at my church, and you know, she was going through it with a relational situation, and she kept asking me my opinion, and I kept asking her. I said, "Well, what do you believe? Do you believe that the Bible is real? Do you believe that it's true? Okay, then what does it say? Okay, then that's your answer.
Yeah.
I really can't. I can give you advice, but what does the book say?
Yeah.
And it was like this thing of where like we have to keep doing a deep search and a deep dive into reading our word,
Yeah.
praying to Jesus, you know, doing the things,
Yeah.
hanging out in the environments that are going to keep our feet close to the fire,
Yeah.
not being afraid to, although be in community, but have a alone time with God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, but that was powerful, bro. The consistency part, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's
it's not
good.
going to happen overnight, bro.
Yeah.
It's not. And it's a journey. And it's like, even Jesus is perfect, but he still sought God. He knew what was going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
He had all the answers.
Yeah.
He could have called down, you
Yeah.
know, the legions of angels like he said he could.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he was still seeking God because
Yeah.
it's like you're painting a picture of, although I may not have any earthly flaws, you know, or I may have the perfect life. It's like we still fall short.
Yeah.
But we still need to follow.
Yeah.
You know, Jesus. So
That's good. That's good, bro.
that was good. That was good, bro.
Yeah.
That was great. So let me ask you this. In your book, I was listening to it.
Which is not out yet, by the way.
Yeah, it's not
'Cause
out.
I don't want
Sorry.
people to watch this and like, well, as of
When does it come
today,
out?
I'm hoping to release it later on this year.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been such a healing journey. I read this quote, bro, and it was like, it's not the book that you read that changes you; it's the one that you write. Because it's like so many of your stories and so many of the moments that you've had that has shaped your journey when it comes to a memoir, you know what I'm saying, which is what I wrote, or self-help type book. But it literally changes you from the inside out because you have to go back and relive all of those stories that help give you the biblical principles that you live by today that have helped get you to where you are today. And for me, bro, it's been such a healing journey. I'll say two of the most healing things that I've experienced in my life is therapy and writing a book. Two of the most healing things.
Right.
And if somebody's watching this right now and they've written a book, they know exactly what I'm talking about because you're sitting there and you're spending time with God and he just starts pouring out all of this wisdom and all of these moments that you experienced. And, you know, like I didn't even know that when I was 13, that was the moment that I got addicted to applause until I started writing a book. And I was like, because the book is called The Assignment Is Me. You know what I'm saying? What if the most important thing you'll ever build is you? You know what I'm saying? How to become before you build. And so like when I'm writing this book, I'm just like, man, I didn't know that me being addicted to applause happened at that talent show when I was 13 years old, and how that shaped like how I was on all these TV shows and how those were the only moments that I felt affirmed or accepted when I was on the stage. But anyway, you didn't even ask.
But no, you make a good point. And in your book, you talked about a transition where you were at a church called Transformation Church.
Yeah.
Under the leadership of Mike Todd and the whole crew.
Yeah.
And you, when I was listening to it this morning, you said that you had an opportunity to be on singles.
Yeah.
You had an opportunity to lead worship. You had an opportunity to be in all the things.
Yeah.
And it's like you said no to it.
Yeah.
But like, so is like, I'm listening to what you just said, but in the book you said the same thing.
Yeah.
How were you able to do that while you were you said you had an addiction to applause?
Yeah,
That's a big applause.
Yeah.
That you would have gotten, or that you were in the rooms. Like, how were you able to say no to that?
Yeah, man, I remember the day.
What was that transition like?
that was a crazy transition in my life. I love Transformation Church. I love Pastor Mike. What they're building is incredible, bro. I feel like a lot of people if you look at how many people have been, their lives have been saved and changed because of the way that Pastor Mike preaches and presents the gospel. Like the mission of that church is to represent God to the lost and found for transformation in Christ, and that has changed so many lives because so many people don't want to go to church no more.
Right.
They church hurt and they feel all of this bitterness. You know what I'm saying? Especially when, you know what I'm saying, like moments like Marvin Sapp raising the offering like that, locking those people in that church. He didn't lock them in the church. You know what I'm saying? But stuff like that kind of turns people off from
Right.
church, or it gives them another excuse to not want to go. Which
Right.
if a moment like that predicates your relationship with God, then I need you to re-question if you even have one with him.
Right.
But anyway, back to Pastor Mike. Like he gave me an opportunity of a lifetime. So when I first moved to Tulsa, Oklahoma, I was serving at Transformation Church, showing up faithfully, singing there like twice a month, and then I would travel the other 2 Sundays out of the month to go lead at other churches. I was studying biblical literature at Oral Roberts University, and so once it was time for me to actually graduate college, I remember this day like it was yesterday, bro. Pastor Mike and his team, they called me into the office and they offered me this amazing job. And they're just trying to learn more about me. They're trying to learn my heart, learn who I am. And I remember the day that I walked into that meeting, I brought like a copy of this book. It's called Ordering Your Private World by Gordon MacDonald. It's kind of along the same lines. It was written like 2003 or something like that. But there's another book called The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry by John Mark Comer. I was reading kind of both of those at the same time. But I remember that meeting. I literally bought copies of Ordering Your Private World to the meeting, gave Pastor Mike one and everybody else in the meeting. But God was just kind of taking me through this season of slowing down rather than speeding up. Well, the church, we had just recorded like an album. We had just signed with Capitol Records, which is in Nashville. I remember seeing Pastor Mike post a clip of the welcome sign, because in Nashville, there's this welcome sign where it says, whenever somebody signs, it says, welcome to Capitol Records, whoever. Well, it said, welcome to Capitol Records, Transformation Worship, and Mike Todd with a big video and clip picture of me singing the song that would eventually come out and debut at #1. I wasn't on the song. It was Todd Delaney. Shout out to him. Incredible song. It's one of my favorite songs. It's not that I said no to being on the song, but some things just didn't work out logistically where I couldn't be on it. But I turned down that season of wanting to move fast. So I turned down that job of wanting to go full speed because they were ready to go full speed. God was calling me to slow down. And so that was one of the craziest transitions in my life, because if you've ever been in a meeting with Pastor Mike Todd, bro, like this man can give vision like you've never heard,
Probably
bro.
like,
Like,
make you jump through a wall.
bro, he literally, I was telling this to somebody the other day. I was like, the way he paints the picture of where he believes God is taking him and his organization with words is incredible, bro. I remember just sitting in that meeting and just like feeling so inspired and just feeling like feeling the presence of God. Like, man, like this is exciting. Like, this is crazy. Like, he knows exactly where God is taking him. He knows where God is calling him. And for people that don't know, like, he was inviting me into a legacy, because Transformation Church is just not a normal church, bro. It's a legacy. And I encourage everybody, if you haven't already, go read his book. It's called Crazy Faith. It's only crazy until it happens, where he talks about the legacy of the church and how God kind of positioned him for that position to be lead pastor of that church. But it goes way back, bro, to like other preachers who laid the foundation. He was inviting me into a legacy, bro, but God was just calling me to slow down.
Right.
So it wasn't the church, it was me.
Right.
It wasn't anything that they had done wrong. It was just me. God was calling me to slow down. And so that's why I entered into a season in Florida at Church by the Glades, where God kind of gave me the space to move a little slower, stand in the mirror a little longer with him, and learn who I was before I turned the light on of purpose and people kind of having me in this whole nother spotlight, because I had already been on American Idol. But to enter into this area where you're like #1, like, bro, that song went #1. I'm so glad they took me off. I was not ready. You know what I'm saying? It went #1 over like Beyonce. Like the same week, like this ain't Texas. Like it went #1, bro.
Wow.
Like Transformation Church be creating some bangers. Like if you didn't know, like y'all go check out their music. They create bangers. But it was a great song. They're creating something special, and I just was not ready for that moment. And so I entered into a season of a little more stillness and a little more quiet time with God, and I rooted them on from afar, and I'm so proud of them and super excited for what God has done for that church.
Man, that takes a lot of bravery, because a lot of people would have ran to the opportunity, not knowing that maybe they weren't ready.
Yeah.
And even if, you know, even if it may hinder them.
Yeah.
You know, them. People just want to be a part of the big thing, but it's like, you know,
Yeah.
a lot of times what God does, and I was watching this the other day, what God does is he keeps you in a hidden place
Yeah.
until he's ready to use you.
That's David, bro. And
It's Moses.
Season. Yeah, Moses.
It's everybody.
Yeah, Jesus.
You know,
Yeah.
and if you look in the Bible, Jesus from the ages of 12 to 30, was it 8 to 30 or 12 to 30? I think it was 12.
I think it was like 12:30 because
Yeah.
the 12 is like when his mama's like,
Yo, where
he's
you
like,
at?
yeah, where you at?
Right.
And he like, I'm about my father's business, and then you
100%.
never hear from him again until he's like 30. So it's like he, I
But-
don't know.
but
She
even
slapped,
in that-
I don't know. She slapped the mess out of him, and you just knocked him out for a few
Well,
years.
bro,
But
at 12 years old, he probably
I know if Mary was black, she definitely slapped him. But that ain't in the Bible, but yeah.
Bro, at 12 years old, he probably could have had maybe not as big of an impact, but probably as big of an impact
Yeah.
as he could have had at 30.
Yeah.
But because he was in that quiet place, it just allowed, I'm sure it allowed him to gain clarity, which he already probably had.
Yeah.
You know, but it paints a picture
hmm
that sometimes you have to wait that long
Yeah. Yeah.
because when your season comes, no man can deny it if it's from God.
Yeah.
And that's just so good.
Yeah.
But
Well,
let
it
me-
goes back to what we were talking about earlier, bro. Like, what is done in the dark comes to the light.
right.
And so when you're becoming in the dark, and let's say that the dark is kind of that season of being in the field or being like in obscurity, when you're becoming and all of that, whatever mess is being made or whatever is being reformed, whatever it is, when the light comes on, it will be revealed. So many people are begging for a platform, begging to be in the light. But what you don't know is that the light is only going to reveal what has gone on in the dark.
Good,
You know what I'm
better, and
saying?
different.
Yeah. I got this verse. I brought my Bible. Glory to God. Brought the Bible.
And listen, my Bible is right there too in my bag. I carry it with me, y'all. I just wanted to let you know.
That's funny. You gotta have bro. You gotta have your Glocky with you. You know what I'm saying? Luke, where is it? I think it's Luke 8. Let's say 8:17. For there is nothing hidden that will not be disclosed, and nothing concealed that will not be known or brought out into the open.
Mm.
So I just go read all of that for
It's
context.
like time
Yeah.
will eventually tell.
Yeah, and it talks about being hidden
Right.
another. You don't hide a lamp or something like that. But you go read the whole thing. But I take that verse and I'm just like, bro, those hidden seasons. Speaking of this Saratoga water, let's talk about Ashton Hall.
Shout out to
Let's talk
the homie Ashton. Shout out to his right hand man Dante as well.
Yeah. So Ashton Hall, I believe he's from Florida, but a lot of people don't know this. But he used to come to Raleigh.
Right.
And shout out to my young adult pastor Charlie Hughes. I call
Right.
him the divine networker because he's literally connected to everybody in they mama, bro. Like this man knows everybody.
Right.
Well, he introduced me to Ashton Hall last year. And Ashton Hall would come to our rally nights, like I said, which is our young adult service. And I remember one night we rode in Ashton's car. It was just me and Ashton. We went out to eat after rally, and he was just sharing like his journey of where God had been calling him, and just kind of like a lot of people don't know this, but he's been living like this life of purity. And people literally used to joke on him for being like the only pure one in the locker room and stuff like that.
Right.
But he lives such a life of purity and a life that he loves Jesus. And we were just talking about how who he was becoming in this season of just like posting consistently on social media, having a dream, and just knowing this man was talking to me like he had lived like 3 lifetimes, bro. Like he was talking in a way where I was like, this man is so wise. Like, and he's younger than me, you know,
Right.
he's younger than you too, bro.
Right.
He's younger than us. And so it's like he was sharing all of these gems. And to see where his life is now, and everybody knows him. He got people dipping their face in ice and Saratoga water, jumping in pools at 7 o'clock in the morning, and like all this
4 minutes in the air.
Right, 4 minutes in the air, like just crazy
Right.
things. But he obviously he does that like for the social media stuff. But it's also about like showing like how consistency, routine, and rhythm can produce great results in your life. But the thing that stood out to me about Ashton, bro, is like the person that everybody is seeing right now, before he was like doing the stuff with Mr. Beast and before he was like just doing all these crazy things, bro, he's been doing this for years. He's been consistently doing this for years. And it goes back to what I said earlier. You have to become the man, build the man before you build the brand. A lot of people trying to do it backwards. You trying to build the brand. You trying to, you know what I'm saying, become on social media. You don't become on social media. You become how you woke up this morning. Did you make up your bed? You know what I'm saying? Did you eat breakfast? Did you drink water? Did you go to the gym? It's like you become those things when it's just you and God, and seeing where God has brought his life from that point to right now has literally like shifted my perspective, because you don't become in the light. You know what I'm saying? The light only reveals what was not visible in the dark. You know what I'm saying? Like, but what's in the dark, what's in the dark is reality, but then what's in the light is what's visible. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like people go through these seasons where it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the dark, I'm gonna do this. I'm in the dark, I'm gonna go through this. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna watch this, or I'm gonna scroll this long, or I'm gonna just do what I want to do. But it's like, bro, when that light comes on, who are you when nobody's watching? So yeah, I don't know how we just started talking about that, but yeah.
I don't know, but
shout
that
out
was
to
good.
Ashton Hall and
Yeah, shout out to Ashton.
amazing water that I had never heard of.
We got to get Ashton on the pod one day.
Yeah. He's amazing, bro.
I saw him actually. He was at church the other day.
Yeah, he was.
You saw him?
At Vu. I didn't see him.
Yeah,
yeah.
I see him all the time. One time he came late. This is how we became friends. He came late, and I was trying to get him in. I didn't know who he was at the time.
Yeah.
It's been like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And he came with a friend, and I was like, dang, bro. But next time you come, just take my number and I could probably help you out.
Yeah.
If you watching this Woo Church, don't trying to help out people out. And then that's when I eventually found out who he was.
Yeah. We're definitely not best friends or anything like that. I text him every now and then, especially when people were clowning my dog. I'm like, bro, I text him. I'm like, bro, man, keep doing what you're doing.
That's
like,
it.
And he ain't worried about that, bro.
Yeah,
like he's literally like, that man making buku money,
right?
And he's also encouraging a lot of people. And I love that he's literally like posting clips of him on his stories, like reading the Bible. And I think like in his bio, he even has something about how he's a believer. And so, man, you never know whose life is going to be changed just by the seeds that he's planting with his consistency and his relationship with the Lord.
Talk about that.
Yeah,
man. I know you got to go soon, but I wanted to kind of get
your boy be having meetings and stuff out here in the streets.
I gotta get you up out of here, but I want to kind of just go through these questions really quick, because I just want people to understand. Right, there's also kind of a business behind what you do as well.
Yeah.
So for those people who may be interested in,
I ain't gonna lie, I really gotta pee. So can we pause?
You gotta pee like right now?
Should I just hold it?
Can you hold it?
I can hold it. I'm still gonna be shaking my legs. I still like when I gotta pee, I feel like a kid because I can't hold it for some
just really quick. It's gonna take like 5 minutes.
All right, come on.
Can you hold it for 5 minutes?
I can hold it.
Are you sure?
I'm gonna do this.
No, don't do that. That make it worse.
All right.
All right, so
dry land, desert.
I don't know if I should keep that in there. Or not.
Arizona.
But
Las Vegas,
right? Heaven,
Colorado, it's dry.
So let me ask you this question: for those people who want to get involved in what it is that you're doing, like, and what it is that you've done, like, what's maybe the most amount of money somebody can make, if they're looking at it from that point of view, or and how can somebody maybe get started in that area?
That's a good question, bro. I think the most amount of money you can make will be based on just the most amount of money you're able to attract. Because I would say steward the small things, steward what God has already given you, and so that when you get more, the more won't be a burden. It will be a blessing. You know what I'm saying? So don't focus on the amount. Focus on the stewardship of whatever it is. And so for me, I mean, God has blessed me over the years, and I'm tremendously blessed right now. I'm kind of like I don't want to say what I make, but I'm blessed.
You don't have to say it.
Yeah, I'm blessed. God has blessed me to be in a very financially stable place, and to be in a space where I don't live paycheck to paycheck. And I've never written a #1 song. I've never written a New York Times bestseller, but I've stewarded the small amounts of money. When I was making like $30,000, you know what I'm saying, I stewarded that. And you know what I'm saying, as God would increase my territory and increase my salary and increase what I was bringing in, I would just make sure my stewardship was also increasing. And so now I'm in a place where I'm just like, good, you know what I'm saying? Like, I buy some nice things here and there. I buy me some Louis, you know what I'm saying? I buy a few gold chains, you know what I'm saying? I give a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like later on this year, I'm actually going to be giving away maybe a couple $1,000s for a scholarship fund that I'm going to start this is a whole nother story, but I went to juvie when I was a kid,
right.
For just being bad, fighting and stealing, and I was just horrible. And so now I want to give back to kids who also have a story, and they're trying to go to college now, and they're trying to kind of step into a new area. So now I'm able to just be a blessing and more like a philanthropist. What you call it?
Philanthropist.
the piss.
That
You know what I'm
one.
saying? Like,
There
you
you go.
know, like I just want to give, you know,
Right,
like
right,
in that
yeah.
space where, you know, God is blessing me to just give a lot more. And so, yeah, bro, I would just say be faithful over the small things and God will make you ruler over many. And don't ignore the other talents that I think Matthew 25 talks about, like just not hiding your talents, like being faithful over every gift that God has given you. So like me, if God has given me a gift to write, and I know God gave me a full scholarship to go to school for biblical literature and to learn how to write. Now I'm exercising that gift. Well, I can also write music. I can sing, you know what I'm saying? Like I can talk, you know what I'm saying? Like there are so many things that I can do. So how can I maximize without strangling one of those areas? Like how can I live in the fullness of each gift and not bury one because I'm ashamed? Oh, I don't like how the sound of how I talk, or I don't like the sound of my voice when I sing, or I don't think people are going to accept my style of writing. Like my guy, my girl, like who cares? Like God gave you the gift, walk in it, use it, and
Right.
you have to be comfortable and walk in that every day so that people can see that you're secure in who you are and you're not looking for a hand clap because you got his hand clap. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
And so I would say just be faithful and be consistent, be confident, and God will bless you in more ways than you can even imagine.
When you hear the phrase secure your future global, what does that mean to you?
Yeah.
Or secure your future, what does that mean to you?
Secure your future to me means spending time with God. You know what I'm saying? Matthew 6:33. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all of these things will be added. I mean, you could take that and apply it to different things, whether it's all troubles will be added to your life, blessings will be added to your life. But because you sought him, the Lord is with you. He is Emmanuel. He is walking through all of this with you. So when I think about securing your future, I'm like, okay, secure that relationship with the Lord, because that foundation is the only thing that's going to be able to sustain any future that you have.
Right. And that's good.
Yeah.
If you can go back 10 years ago from today,
Mm-hmm.
what would you tell yourself based off what you know now?
Yeah. If I can go back, I would say be still, chill, take a deep breath. You're going to get there. Wherever there is, enjoy the journey. Remember that who you are becoming is more important than where you are going. Way more important. Because what happens when you get there but you got a bad heart? What happens when you get there but your character's flawed?
Right.
What happens when you get there and you have no integrity?
Right.
So who you are becoming is more important than where you're going. That's what I would tell myself.
That's so good. And this is a bonus question.
Yeah.
If you had a chance to ask God or tell God anything right now, you know, what would you ask him? Maybe what would you tell him? Maybe what does that look like for you?
I would just say, I love you, Lord, and thank you. He's been so good, bro. I cannot say thank you to the Lord enough. He saved me. He changed my life. And every day I wake up, I'm just grateful that he chose somebody like me to walk in authority out of all the flaws that I have, all the mistakes that I've made, all the people that I did wrong, all of the times I disobeyed him, and he still chose me. He still chose to pour his oil out on my life. I would just say thank you, God, and I love you.
And that's it. I want to say thank you, brother. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Man. And man, it's a blessing. Hopefully, you know, when your book comes out, we could do another one, or you know, when you do that initiative, let us know. We'll support it. And
just follow me on social media.
Tell people where to follow you at. Where can they follow you at?
So follow me on social media at Sing Dewayne. If you type in SING D, it might be the first one. But
the fashion mogul.
Oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Oh, definitely want to get into that one day. But SINGDEWAYNE, and you can get connected on my website there as well, and sign up just to get exclusive updates and all the stuff that it's gonna be coming out soon. So yeah.
Well, that's it for today, y'all.
I gotta pee.
Just make sure you subscribe and share this wherever you can, comment wherever you see it, and make sure you stay tuned in so you don't get tuned out.
Let go.